Hello everyone, my name is Viranee Intachat. I'm a senior lecturer at the Department of Electrical Engineering at Polytechnic Sultan Abdul Halim Shah, or better known as Polymas. Today, I will be presenting on incorporating presentation skills training into engineering education. Presentation skills has been defined as the skills required to achieve effective and engaging presentations to a variety of audiences. Due to rapid globalization and industrialization, effective presentation skills is considered one of the main skills needed by engineers in the 21st century. In engineering, there is a huge need for good communication skills. This is due to the nature of the profession itself, which often involves projects which requires collaborative work in small groups, interdepartmental and inter-organizations cooperation. Various international and national accreditation boards for the engineering profession has cited communication skills as one of the most important skills required in engineering. Therefore, there is a need to improve engineering students' communication skills, especially verbal communication. In most engineering education curricula, the assessment of communication skills is often achieved through written communication and verbal presentation skills. In most schools and institutions providing engineering education, communication skills are often taught in two distinct ways. The first method is teaching it as a separate course, whereby students are trained for communication skills through independent courses separate from their main content courses. The second method is by embedding communication skills in the content course, that is, these skills are incorporated into the study program as part of the learning and assessment activities. Now let's take a look at how communication skills are taught in a Malaysian Polytechnic. Prior to the June 2015 academic session, students were trained on communication and other soft skills through a compulsory separate course, which is the AS101 Soft Skills course. After the June 2015 academic session, communication skills were then incorporated into several content courses as an assessment activity or sometimes as part of the learning process. Next, let us take a look at how final year projects are conducted at the Department of Electrical Engineering of a Malaysian Polytechnic. Final year project is divided into two semesters, semester 4 and 5 of a 3-year diploma course. The final year project presentation, which is a formal activity, is held at the end of the 5th semester. Students are only assessed for their communication skills during this final presentation. However, most lecturers will require students to give several off-the-record presentations during Project 1 and 2 to monitor the students' progress. This is usually done at the beginning and end of Project 1 and Project 2 courses. These informal presentations do not contribute to the students' grades. These off-the-record presentations are used in this study to assess the students' communication skills. The aims of this study is to firstly, introduce oral presentation skills to engineering students. Next, by giving them some simple guidelines, it is hoped that students can improve their presentation skills. Last but not least, by reviewing the guidelines based on feedback from students and lecturers, it is hoped that an oral presentation guideline or module can be developed for students. The development of the presentation skills guidelines is achieved by these 5 steps. First, through research, by observation of student skills and also conducting research about effective presentation skills. Next, a simple guideline is developed and given out to students. At the same time, their skills are assessed before and after receiving instructions on effective presentations. Then, the guidelines are revised based on various feedback. The cycle of assessing the students, teaching them, and then revising the guidelines are repeated until an oral presentation module can be developed. This is a summary of the timeline in this study. There are 2 main groups of students. The first group, which was from the class of DET 4F and 5F, took project during the December 2019 and June 2020 academic session, while the second group, which was from the DET 4D and 5D class, underwent the project course from December 2020 to Session 1 2021-2022. Students were initially assessed on their presentation skills without any guidelines given, and then after they were guided on how to give a better presentation. The initial guidelines were revised repeatedly and is still undergoing revision at the moment. The students' presentation skills are measured based on 3 main attributes. First, visual aids, in which the clarity of the presentations in terms of font size use, color scheme, and the media used were assessed. The content of their aids were also assessed, as students tend to copy text from the report straight onto their slides without modifying or editing. Delivery techniques include eye contact, clarity of their voice, and the confidence level exhibited by students. Lastly, students were assessed on their appearance, namely their clothes and general tidiness. The presentation skills of the students were evaluated based on a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being the maximum measure indicating excellent skill and a score of 1 indicating very poor skill. A rubric was used as a scoring guide to ensure uniformity in the assessment. Students' performances are assessed by a panel of lecturers and the average scores obtained for each attribute computed. In general, the results show that students' score as well as the quality of the presentations improved after receiving guidance. Moreover, students who had received guidance on presentation skills in Project 1, which is the second group, did much better in Project 2 as seen from the initial pre-treatment scores during Project 2 for Session 1 2021-2022. In conclusion, the results of the initial study shows that given the proper guidance, students are able to improve their presentation skills. However, the presentation skills module is still in its early stage and is being developed further at the moment. The effectiveness is still inconclusive, as the number of students that were used in this study are quite small. Therefore, a more thorough and extensive study is needed. For example, more students will be included in the study by including other lecturers in this research as well. That is all from me today. I thank you for your attention and I welcome any enquiries in the comments section below. Thank you.